Hi there. We all understand that as Kenyans, we're talking about us being in a state whereby the economy is not in the best of states ever. In fact, the cost of living has increased exponentially over the past few months. And even so, we all understand that as a country, we have a huge public debt, talking about a debt of over 7 trillion Kenya shillings. Of course, balancing between the external debt and also internal debt. The government has a lot to do to ensure it stays on course to repaying its debt as and of when it becomes mature. And with that, it only means that the cost of living in the country is going to continue increasing. And that's why, in case we see such dropping of charges, this comes as a reprieve, because it's going to mean that Kenyans out there are going to be able to save little money here and there for them to be able to afford the basics and even soldier on with life. That aside, how can you and I prepare best for this time and also for future? And this so because, guys, the reality is that the future is not going to be easy. In fact, the cost of living is bound to continue increasing, more so because of two reasons. The consumer price index is bound to continue increasing. And beyond that, our country is also affected by international distortions out there. Given Kenya relies heavily on imports across multiple sectors out there, any distortions happening out there are going to actually also affect the prices of items in the country. To give you an example, things like fertilizers, steel, we saw the price of even construction materials go exponentially high when Russia was fighting with Ukraine at the very peak of the war. This was because a good supply of fertilizers and also steel comes from that region of the world. And with that, cut off in supply chains out there, or even increase in cost of supply chains out there, also meant that the cost being pushed to consumers in the country rose and rose. And so with that, we all need to prepare very well for this eventuality, because the cost of living is bound to continue increasing. So we need to prepare well for it, for us to continue soldiering on with life. And guys, here are the 5 best ways you can go about preparing, or better yet, readjusting to the current economic status and even preparing best for the future. The very first way which you can be at par with the current economic situation and even prepare well for the future is by you doing budgeting. In essence, being very deliberate with regards to how you plan your money, and also with regards to how you can go about, for example, saving, investing, you name it. Ensure you have it very well detailed, because if you don't budget, it's going to mean that you're going to continue spending money out there in a very ad hoc fashion. In essence, spending all the money which you're getting, or even spending using debt. And this is only going to put you in a more awkward financial position. So do budgeting and try your best to also live within your means. By you doing budgeting, it's going to assist you live within your means. In essence, only plan for the money which you are sure you're going to get, or even the money which you have, and also ensure it covers all the key aspects out there which are vital on spending money and also generating more money. So ensure you budget. And of course, I've made good video out there with regards to how you can do budgeting. You can catch up on another video here on this link. And then guys, the second way which you can best prepare for the future given the current economic status in the country is by you saving. Save, save, save. We're living in an era whereby I won't be shocked even in case in the next 1.5 years, the next 1 year, even the food prices items in the country, if we have the prices triple, we bound to go to that particular point in time, because we are in a crunch and we need to prepare best for the uncertain future. As such, save for emergencies, save for your future, save for education, you name it. You need to save in all the aspects. You need to save for you to be able to have sufficient buffer in the future as and of when the future calls for you to be able to maybe chip in the coffers which you've saved, right? And then the third way you can prepare best for the future is essentially by you having side hustles, having multiple streams of income. Don't just rely on one stream of income. In case you are employed, look for alternatives out there through which you can generate income, whether it is through hobbies, whether it is through you, for example, doing other side hustles out there over the weekend, in the evenings. Look for side hustles. Through side hustles, you're going to be able to build formidable businesses out there which can assist you at least complement your main source of income. And by the way, guys, have also made multiple videos out there on business ideas, which you can catch up on this link here. So go watch those videos for you to get sense of different business ideas out there you can jump into for you to be able to build side hustles. And then guys, the fourth way through which you can prepare best for the future and also manage the current situation is by you exploiting the current financial system. What do I mean? Given charges are clear out there, given how transactions are going to happen, for example, between M-Pesa, banks, even bank charges, you name it, why are you not planning affairs in a way that you also capitalize on the current financial system? Because it's simple. If you can't beat it, either can navigate it or join them. It's as simple as that. To give you an example, in case you're going to do, for example, shopping, and you know, for example, you have to buy things maybe up to 5K. If the charges, for example, for transaction between 3K to 5K is the same, why not push the shopping limit to the maximum so that you incur that charge once and for all, as opposed to, for example, breaking shopping into parts and incurring different charges out there, and yet you can just incur one charge which is much cheaper as opposed to you splitting different transactions out there. Secondly, why also not look, for example, to use credit cards? Of course, banks out there also looking for a way to entice you to jump onto their product. Things like credit cards, debit cards, you name it. You could, for example, use cards, which most of the times, even pre-COVID time, for example, we saw such cards having benefits like, for example, cashbacks and even lacking transaction costs, whereby the banks were actually covering for transaction costs for you to be able to use them. In case there's such mechanisms out there which you can use to look to jump into, don't hesitate. Use them, because at the end of the day, each and every shilling you're saving is very vital, right? And then the fifth and last tip I want to share with you guys is that invest, invest, invest. Any extra money you have, or even any money you can unlock off your budget, try your best to invest. And of course, invest in those kind of businesses or ideas which are gonna give you more money in future. For example, putting money down on business is gonna give you profit. Putting money down, for example, in stocks is gonna give you dividends. You putting money in, for example, real estate is gonna give you rental income. So try your best to invest for you to be able to have the base of building onto your income streams. By you doing that, you're gonna be building the future of yourself and also your family. Try your best to do that so that in the next few years you are at a much better place financially. Thanks a lot for watching this video. I look forward to share with you other awesome videos next time. Bye bye, and you all take care.